Just was thinking about the iron mixed with clay. All right, that's in the book of Daniel, and it's a prophecy about I think the fourth kingdom, and it says they shall try to cleave iron and clay, and but they shall not cleave. Clay refers to it could refer to man. It's like man was made from clay in a way, because he was taken from the earth, and the body was formed from the earth, which is which is the parable of clay. Like we are clay in the hands of the potter, which is God. So and Jesus also was like he said, Father, take this vessel from me, and in another gospel it says, Father, take this cup from me. Uh, so that's when Jesus said that. That's what he was talking about. Take the body. I mean, I think because the spirit is in the body, inside the vessel, which like water is in a cup. You know what I'm saying? In a way, and it's funny that Jesus uses that terminology there. And also, like the cup of iniquity, also that's like different. And if you're not indwelled, with the Holy Spirit in a way, your iniquities pile up until they runneth over, and then it's like the blood that runneth over when shizzle hits the fan, and God, like in Egypt, when God sent the angel to slay all, it's like you'll have a different kind of blood on your head. You won't have like the lamb on the doorpost blood. You'll have like targeted, like it says, iron shall not mix with clay, or they shall try to mix iron and clay, but they shall not cleave. I mean, and it talks about those with the mark of the beast have they're attacked basically, and by bugs and entities, by diseases and all these afflictions. While the world is basically on fire and rumbling, and while floods are happening and hailstones and uh, whirlwinds, all at the same time. I mean, it's just not a good situation. But it's kind of, it says after people take the mark of the beast that it's almost like they'll be zombies, like they'll be begging for death and they won't be able to die. I mean, it kind of in a way is zombie apocalypse ish at that point. I mean, but that supposedly is far off on the other side of the mark of the beast situation. Some people say it's the mark of the beast is how you follow God. If you follow from a pagan way, that's the mark of the beast. But what's the iron and clay though? You know what I'm saying? And you shall receive the name of the mark on the hand of the forehead. It what and with these chemtrails that's going on, they say there's heavy metals in them. There's also, they found biomechanical machinery that is, it's like an artificial blood cell, but it's got mechanical components. So in a way, it's got like almost like a brain that's made from living biological components. It's just, I don't know what to say it is, but I've never seen it myself, but it doesn't surprise me. I've seen them on Google and other things talk about programmable matter, black goo, ascendance. Wait, transcendence, the movie, or what is that called, man? Singularity. Transhumanism, these concepts. These wars are being waged against us right now. And there's a video by Sophia Smallstrom. It's called Morgellons, and it shows it. It's got some pretty crazy information on it, and that's just one good source to look at. But there's more, out there. You just gotta research for yourself into that topic. What are they spraying in the sky? I mean, even if it's just hype, why not know what the hype is? What's wrong with that? But when you start to see real physicists and stuff put in their input on what's going on, it's kind of scary, and it's kind of like, you got to learn how to understand what they're saying. Glean from it what you can, because I mean, when they go pure science language, you might not be able to follow, but you'll be able to catch glimpses of what they're talking about. And after you get familiar with enough topics, you might see how they interconnect. and you don't need an official uh, education in the subject, man. You can get like I heard this dude Walter Vay. He says, we've kind of been stuck by going through all the official channels. He says now we're gonna try to go through the unofficial channels, and that's us people out here. Like some might call us the bottom feeders of the net. You know what I'm saying? That are we're down in the sludge and trying to pull out something that's good out of it. What's good out of the sludge? What's left good out of it that we can use? You know what I mean? Down here, because man, what the heck? But yeah, anyway, this stuff's all tied in. You can look into smart dust and the continuity. Silent weapons for silent wars and how it was tied up into databases. And through all these covert means, they've put microchips and shit on everything. So basically, you have a smart environment. In these particles, you don't know how long how long is their lifespan, what's their capability, what's the range, what's the spectrums, what machinery do you need to interface with it? Is it satellite? Do the police and the FBI and all the fusion centers, are they got access to all this data? A lot of that, or there's something I heard of. This dude leaked something on Facebook, and it was talking about someone seeing these strange looking people spraying like an aerosol looking stuff on people's food. And at first, that sounds like, what I'm saying, someone trying to pass some biological. But what if those were nanochips? Like, there's that famous biker guy who, there's a video where he's eating microchips to get better biofeedback, for his, his champion pursuits. And it shows how he started talking about it, and this guy threw him a little goat real quick, and he went into this, like, he went into, what is that called, man? He just had a brain fart, and he kind of sat there looking weird, and then changed the subject, and his body language got all weird. He kind of put his head down, looked to the side. You know what I'm saying? It's like that in the animal world. When someone does that like that, that's normally when a dog is putting its tail between its legs, which either means it's scared and it's submitting, but sometimes that means it's afraid and it's about to attack. You know what I'm saying? But in that one, that's like that looked like beta dogging someone. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks that they do have hypnotic trance trigger words, and potentially we all could be programmed. What are these nanochips that we're breathing from the things they're spraying in the sky? Because that's what is important. That these bio machines that look a lot like red blood cells. So what's that for? That's obvious to be ingested by someone through the nostril into the lung, in the lungs to the blood capillary, into the stomach, through the, and it gets into your bloodstream. And if something looks like a red blood cell, that's a lot how viruses and stuff like that travel. So where are these things coming from? Are they natural? Why? I got footage after footage after footage after footage after footage after footage of chemtrails and some of their effects. So look, there's shit in the sky, crazy nanoparticle particuli, heavy metal dust, and strange biomechanical hybrid, formerly unknown matter. But you look at programmable goo and nanoparticuli, smart oh man, yeah, the programmable matter. Anyway, dude, it's like you got to look into all this stuff. So all this stuff is proven to be already. It's in concept. They're working on it, and you also got. It's almost like they've created a new organism that is like fiberglass, and these things kind of grow like crystals. Like they say, crystals are kind of like living, but then again, they're not. Kind of like plants. You know what I'm saying? They kind of grow over time, but. So we're dealing with things that there is no public really research on a lot of this stuff because it's been done covertly, but there's connections here. I'm saying, that ain't, that's a very real vague description and overview of what I've heard of and what I know. I never said a claim to be an expert. I'm just a seeker. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I mean, listen, to me, listen, hey, I'm not gonna, I don't want to intentionally mislead anyone. So, look, I have, there's a sense where I try to hold back. Where I'm never intentionally set out to deceive, only to inform. And you can take it or leave it, glean from it what you can. And whatever that does, you don't jive with, man, just let it go. But don't shoot the messenger. You know what I'm saying? And don't judge the book by its cover. Don't just assume that you know the answer to some of these things and just chalk it off to other things before you do research. That's the key. Who just has opinion? Who has opinions based on research? Who has opinions? Don't have opinion. It's like they don't care either way. They just state the facts and no opinion at all. I mean, that's the best way. If you can do it that way. But I like to do it in more a conversational fashion. You know what I'm saying? A non-official conversational fashion, just kind of like a pure uncut blast of raw information, just freestyled out. I mean, sometimes it comes out okay, sometimes it's kind of real choppy and vague, or it's like when in shop class they had you draw these little plans, and if you didn't connect the corners, he called it an air hole or something. He called it a air mark or something like that. Like when you're drawing little plans, what thing you're gonna build. If you didn't finish the line, you know what I'm saying? He deducted you points for that. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with everyone when they make a video. They only got so much time. Not every video is done at 100%. I understand that, and because I go through that all the time, man. I have some days where I can easily express what I'm trying to say, and then other days I have brain fog, brain fart. I have information cram to where I'm trying to like blurt out too much stuff, and it blogs it out or comes out wrong. I mean, that's weird, but it's like that's all, folks.